Hey everyone, welcome to another MLM Dumpster Fire. Today we are back to watch Martha from Young Living. Martha is one of the top reps in Young Living and I've reacted to her a few times before. There was this one video where she was sick and she clearly obviously had a really high fever and temperature and she would not go to bed. So we'll see what happens today. I've not watched this and I forgot what the name of the video is because I downloaded it a while ago. Don't forget to leave your comments below as we go through the video. And before we get into it though, don't forget that you can click that like and subscribe button if you'd like to support my channel. That's a nice free way that you can do that. And as always, big shout out to my channel members. Thank you guys for being here and let's just get right into it.
I teach people how to grow 7 income streams from home in about 5 to 10 hours a week.
Martha teaches affiliate marketing and generates north of $20 million a year with that. I'm Matt Bellman and this is $1 Million Creators, where you can learn how to become a $1 million creator yourself.
Oh, we make over 7 figures a month.
How can you turn an online presence into an income generating machine?
The size of the audience, I think it's something like 3.34 million.
Meet Martha Qureshi, a master of SEO, organic traffic, and personal brand building.
Don't chill too much because if you chill too much, then it starts going down.
Martha Qureshi is an absolute powerhouse when it comes to SEO, organic traffic, and personal brand building. She uses these 3 skills.
This guy, I don't know who he is, but he's going to interview Martha, but she is talking about CEO and having like earning so much money from social media. And I mean, you heard her say, well, first of all, she's a Young Living Hun. So she uses her social media influence, in my opinion, to recruit people into her Young Living business. That's probably why she is successful in Young Living anyway. But also, if you take a look at Martha's YouTube channel, they're trying to say she is such a professional. She has mastered social media and whatnot. But I mean, look at this. Look at this. She has 179,000 subscribers on YouTube. But take a look at some of her most recent videos and look at the amount of views. I'm not view shaming Martha, but come on, like they're trying to say, oh, I'm earning so much money from social media. I know everything about CEO. I can teach you how to earn money off of social media. Her own YouTube channel is not doing so well. She's 29 views, 50 views, 53 views. That is not someone I would listen if I was looking to grow my YouTube channel. I'm just saying, like, her numbers are not very impressive. But anyway, you go on about how she's a professional and she can teach people how to be successful on social media.
Together beautifully to teach everyday people how to make sustainable and even scalable income with affiliate marketing. She comes with no ego, just a heart to serve. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you. This is fun.
Yes, let's start off with, why do you do what you do actually?
Yeah. Well, I think we all, whenever we start any sort of business, we're addressing something that we didn't have before, or we should be, kind of, in my opinion. And so why I do what I do is because I needed it it was about 10 years ago now. I needed it. I needed somebody like me to explain what was real, what was, how to be able to do things. And so one day there was a tipping point for me. And it was, I used to work at GoDaddy. Okay. And whenever I was in leadership and I was, sitting in my little carpeted cubicle, smelled like the 60s. We're all familiar with that place. And one day I got a, video came through on my phone and it was from my husband. And I'm like, what? He doesn't usually send me videos while I'm working. I look at the video and no joke, it was my daughter, my only kid, taking her very first steps. And there was part of me that was like, yes, this is awesome. And then immediately, like, reality sunk in. And it was like, oh, shoot, I'm not there. Like, she's not walking towards me, she's walking towards daddy's camera or daddy's phone, and she doesn't see me in this moment. Now, is she going to remember that? No, because she was too young, but I'll never forget it. And in that moment, I had like the feeling of, are you okay with this? Right? I think we hit these points at different points in our life We hit these.
I've heard Martha say this story before, and I think it's fine. It's totally fine if you want to be a stay-at-home parent, but it's also fine if you want to be a working parent, just to put that out there. We are not shaming any type of parent. If you want to stay at home with your kid, but you still want to make some income, MLMs are not a solution. Okay, first of all, in my opinion, MLMs are not a solution because it's proven that the majority of people never make any profit working an MLM business. Young Living Income disclosure statement is going to be linked in the description box below. You can take a look at that. There's going to be some FTC articles as well. And yeah, that's the first thing. Second thing, if you want to earn money and be stay-at-home mom or parent, you can find a 9-to-5 job that is fully remote. You can freelance something, you can learn a skill, or you can do anything else online. MLM is the worst business that you can get into if you need income, in my opinion. And also the whole thing that like Martha is going to teach us how to be successful at social media. While she has the subs on her YouTube channel, she doesn't get views. Like, you are getting 29 views on a video when you have 179,000 subscribers. How does that work? That's pretty strange, isn't it?
These moments, and they could be moments that take us into a whole new destiny, right? Or they could be moments where we say no and we just keep going around, but we keep hitting them regardless. I've noticed that. I'm old. I've noticed that. And whenever I hit it, it was like, well, are you okay with this? Basically, are you okay with missing these things? And at that moment, I said, no, I'm not okay with it. I quit my job.
Also, some people are not okay with missing those kind of moments in their children's lives. However, they don't have a choice. They have to go back to work. So that's also a thing that can happen. Not everyone has the same possibilities and circumstances.
I started an agency, blah, 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 bobbing and weaving here and there. And then we are where we are now. But the reason that I started it is because I needed me back then to show me how to be able to navigate what this looks like.
Clear. And in your previous life, you said GoDaddy, right? Like, what did you do? Were you like marketing manager, or what was your?
Oh no. So I worked in restaurants for about 14 years, a really long time. Yep. First of all, like, holler to all the people that work in restaurants, because that is boot camp for anticipating people's needs, which will take you very far in business, just so you know. But at GoDaddy, I started at the very bottom. I started on the phones, customer support. I just moved up quickly. So I moved through hosting. I moved through, it moved into leadership, and I was in leadership whenever I left. So I had, basically had my one-on-one contact with small businesses left and right, always, in helping them do the things that they were trying to do. And sometimes the things that they were trying to do weren't things that we technically or technologically had a solution for. And so I had to kind of get creative, like, okay, well, here's what you want. Here's what we have. How do we make it work? So there was just a lot of problem solving involved in it. But yeah, I started at the bottom and moved up into leadership. And then that's when I left. And they've supported me since. So
makes sense.
That just reminded me of that song. I started at the bottom, now I'm at the top, or whatever it is.
Let's talk about today. What's your core offer? Like, what is it that you offer? Like, what do I get as a customer?
Yeah. So I have, my free challenges, that sort of thing, and many, many lead magnets or ways in. But whenever you get into like the meat and potatoes, or the meatloaf, as I call it, of what I offer, that's where I teach people how to grow 7 income streams from home in about 5 to 10 hours a week. And it's around things that you already know, right? So it's this whole like infopreneur sort of lifestyle, but it's in an organic way that if you don't want to run ads, you don't have to. It's basically on building personal brand and creating a loyal audience around you and then serving them.
Got it. And all of that is online, right?
Yep.
And what are price points? You said like free lead magnets and challenges, likely a tripwire, maybe. Like, well, what's the, how does the value ladder look like?
Yeah. So yeah, there's free. I think the next level up from that is 97. Next after that's 297. Next after that's 997. Next after that is 1497.
That's the highest.
I don't go higher than that. Yeah. I serve families for the most part. And so I know like my families, typically they're not in that place until they work with me long enough. But I don't have the time to commit to a higher price point offering because it requires a lot from me also. And I don't have it.
Yeah, got it. What do I get on the highest price point? Is it, let's say, on demand plus weekly Zoom calls, or like, how does it work?
No, actually, the highest price point is custom, right? So that's my bespoke thing. So that's where I actually go in and determine and I call it bat signal. So and it's kind of like your avatar or whatever. But I go in and I like create this 40 to 60 page report, totally drilling down on who your person is, because if you get that wrong, everything else doesn't matter, you know? And so to really nail down who that person is, that's what the $14.97 is. And then also a business plan to promote to those people. Like, what are those people actually looking for and what will they pay for? And then kind of creating your own value ladder from that.
Okay, got it. So the outcome is I pay $14.97. I get a custom bespoke, let's say, strategy paper of my personal brand that will work better out there to attract people to then build up my business. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, got it. What's the funnel from awareness to I get my credit card out?
The funnel is, there's many different ways, right? Which I think we should have many different ways. I have a YouTube channel. There are different social medias. So there's the awareness is kind of in that space. And then whenever you come in, typically they're going to either grab a lead magnet or jump into the challenge. I then give additional free trainings after that because I like a system of free, and then ask, just to really be able to solidify the fact that I'm here for them and I'm not just here for money, right? And so free, and then ask. So usually whenever they come in, like say to a lead magnet, they get their lead magnet campaign at that point, and then the campaign drives to another free. And then that campaign drives to then, a lower ticket, yada, yada, yada.
Except in my opinion, Martha is not there for them. Martha is there to earn money. And listen, there's nothing wrong with offering services and charging people for what you're teaching them to do or whatnot. However, considering the fact that Martha is a young living hun, I think that Martha's biggest selling point is probably the MLM. I feel like she tries to recruit her clients that buy those courses, or maybe the clients that buy those courses are her downline anyway, because she does have a pretty large team. It all serves her in the end, in my opinion, and she earns money based off of her downline's hard work in Young Living itself. But again, like she mentioned YouTube and stuff, I'm like, if I was looking for somebody who's gonna teach me how to be better at YouTube, I would not pay someone who gets 30 views per video or 50 views per video but has 180,000 subscribers. There's something clearly wrong in there, or maybe she gained all those followers putting out different type of content, and then she switched to this type of content, so those people or subscribers are not interested anymore. I don't know, but it is weird. Those are weird numbers that don't add up at all.
Yada. So it just goes up via email marketing or campaign.
Yeah, makes sense. What tools do you use to deliver value?
Like CRM wise, is that what you're referring to?
Exactly, CRM for like, I don't know, building the papers. If there are courses, like what do you use there? If you use community, like what tools do you use?
Yeah. I have, for the courses currently, I have something that we have built out like custom. For my CRM and for email marketing and all of that, I have something a friend of mine actually built, and it's not a white label GHL, but a friend of mine actually built this thing, and I've been using it for like 4 years, and it's amazing. So I use that.
Why don't you say the name of that thing? Like, he asked you a legitimate question, which is very good to know. Like, what are you using, right? And she said, oh, I have this thing for this, and then I have this other thing that my friend built for that. And like, what are the name of these things? That's not very professional answer, Martha.
Which is really cool. It's called Attractwell. And for the papers...
Spoke too soon, okay?
It's just a Word doc, right? I actually do my own research on those, so there's not anything else with it. It's just a Word doc to be able to deliver on.
Got it. And when did you launch this whole thing? Like, take me on a timeline.
Yeah. This iteration, I launched in, I want to say late 2017, early 2018 is whenever this started. And it started in, I created a directory first. I do a bunch of nerdy big things first, and then I whittle down to like what's actually necessary for people. I don't know if anybody else has that problem. It's like we go big and then we're like, actually, they really just want this. So I created a directory for people, and then that was just like so much upkeep. Sure, you're familiar. It's just like there's so many moving parts to it. There's so much customer support for it, blah, blah, blah. And so then we went into, okay, well, instead of a directory, the reason I did directory is because I know SEO so well. And I'm like, well, I can SEO the snot out of this directory, and then that can help these businesses, right?
I'm sorry, Martha. You know SEO very well, but your YouTube channel you have so many subscribers and yet you get like 50 views per video. How does that work if you are an expert in SEO and you know it so well? Wouldn't you apply your knowledge to your own YouTube channel?
Right. And then it just became such a headache, honestly, that
yes.
you're like, yes. And that I then moved into, okay, well, let me just show these people what I know. Let me just show these people how to do the thing I know how to do. And so then it went into kind of like I used Teachable at that point. And it was just kind of like a bunch of mini courses. Here's how you do SEO. Here's how you blog. Here's how you blah, 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 blah. And then it went into a couple courses that were standalone, and then those blew up. And then whenever those blew up, I shrunk everything down to just hit the niche that I wanted to hit. And so that's how it's all just kind of, it went from here to like here.
Yep. And that most recent iteration is then like not 17, because that was a directory. It must be 2021, something like that.
It was 2020. It was August of 2020 is when the most recent iteration
3 years
kicked up.
ago. Nice. So let's maybe talk about success. How many paying customers do you have today?
Oh my word. I don't know the answer to this. It's between 30 and 40,000. I don't know the actual answer for that. But that's how many.
Amazing.
Ish.
And let's say monthly, like this, like what is it now? Almost end of, let's say October. Like what's a typical amount of customers that is coming in?
Oh gosh. In this month, well, this is going live Q1, yeah. We're recording a little bit behind, so I'm just going to kind of bring awareness to Q4 is usually you have some weird stuff because of the holidays.
Typical month.
Okay. About 5,000 people ish.
Wow, that's amazing. And then you have, a lot of free stuff, right? Free, and then only some go into the paid ones. But if you get 1,000 into paid, that's like 100K a month.
Oh, we make over 7 figures a month, but that's with everything, right? Yeah.
Amazing.
With everything, you mean including your Young Living business, where you have a huge downline, and your downline is probably the one that buys these courses off of you as well, because you're not earning enough money, in my opinion, off of your downline just in Young Living. So you had to earn a little bit more money off of your downline by selling them these courses, right?
7 figures a month, crazy. And that is mainly one time or recurring?
Some things are recurring. Most of our stuff is one time. Because we know people feel security and safety in that, which is good. But then they can opt into things that are recurring, right? So, but the recurring is, there's a $47 a month recurring and a $97 a month recurring. So they're very nominal, but there's a lot of people that jump into them.
How much, like I said, like 10% of the revenue is like recurring then, huh?
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, okay. Wow, that's amazing. And compared to a year ago, what's like, I'm thinking like trying to understand growth, right? Is that kind of like since it blew off in 2020, is it like growing like crazy every year, or is it like stable?
Yeah, well, that is directly proportional to how much I am actually doing, right? And that is what I have discovered, because whenever it blew up, and I think everybody needs to hear this, because there's a part of your brain that is like, okay, we're good. I can chill for a minute. Don't chill too much, because if you chill too much, then it starts going down.
Yeah.
Because the work that you do this month is the sales you're going to get next month. You know what I'm saying? And so like you're going to see it's directly proportional. Now, am I saying that you need to be a dancing bear every day? Not necessarily. But if you have a strategy where it makes sense, where you're like, okay, well, I need to do this, this, and this, and it doesn't need to be a lot of stuff, but you need to keep doing the things. There were times where I quit doing the things, like I lost my mom, and there were different things where I was like, I just need to like chill for me. And it's a personal brand, so we should be able to do that. But also I saw a decline after that, right? But whenever I kicked back up, then it kicked back up. So
it's a bicycle.
Okay, but you lost your mom. It's natural that after losing someone close, you're gonna want to, and you should be able to take a break.
back up. So
It's a bicycle. Once you stop,
Yes.
you know, then it stops slowly. Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
So like a year ago, then I don't know, like still 7 figures a month, or like in the 6.
yeah, it was still 7 figures a month. Because we still had
share
enough.
like what is like 7 figures? Is it like 1 million? Is it like 5? Is it 10?
It's between 1 and 3. So it's not, we're not beyond that right now. However, we're getting ready to launch something pretty soon, which might take us there, which I think is probably going to be the vehicle that takes us there.
Nice. I mean, that section is coming in a second, where I ask about the future. Before, quickly, like lead generation, customer, how do you get customers? What's the audience size? Maybe let's start there. What's the biggest channel? What's this channel you started out on?
Yeah, Facebook. And I think that's because of my age and my own people's age, right? We're all there. It's kind of like the neighborhood bar of people my age. But the size of the audience, I think it's something like 3.34 billion on Facebook anyway. And yeah, that's the way that I gain access, I guess, to my audience is just befriending people that also take care of my people in a different way than I do, right? And so they can serve my people too. I call them super friends. They serve my people too, but in a parallel way. And so I bring them in to serve my people, and then they in turn, it's the law of reciprocity, they in turn bring me in to serve their people. And it's just grassroots growth. And so it allows somebody to actually be able to find you or discover you and have that moment, instead of like feeling sold to. It's almost like, oh my gosh, where did she come from? Because I show up like this all the time. I'm like in a hoodie. You would not know me from anybody. But whenever people hear like the tactics and that sort of stuff, they're like, oh my gosh, where'd you come from? And then I get to be theirs, right? And then they share with your friends and that sort of thing, which is just cool.
I mean, not many people are growing these days on Facebook. So maybe like compare that to a year ago. Was it also 3.3 or?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't look at the numbers of the actual audience last year because I wasn't even running ads. I didn't run ads 2020, 2021, or 2022. I just recently started running ads because of this new thing that's going to come out. I just recently started like getting some awareness ones. And so I know the size of the audience because of that. And that was just in the last 6 weeks. So I've never run ads.
Nice. Okay. I mean, so many questions. One is like main geo is US?
Main is US, Canada. I do have people all over the world. Australians like me a lot, which is interesting. But yeah, it's usually Canada, US, Australians. Mexico is starting to also kick up as well.
Clear. Prepaid ads. I still like, how do you get customers? Like, let me try to debrief. you have customers. Once they promote themselves with their new strategy, that activates all their network, and all their network learns about you, and they also then become curious and aware of you. And for that reason, you grow to 3.3 million. So it's like a really nice referral scheme that essentially built you over, I mean, like 3 years. Like when did you grew pretty quickly then?
I grew really, really fast. It was, the 2020.
All right, you grew pretty fast, sure. What's happening with your YouTube channel? You expert on social media and CEO and YouTube. Why is your YouTube channel dying then? She doesn't have the evidence to back her knowledge up. She has the subs number, but you can even buy subs number, can you? Can you buy subscribers on YouTube? You probably can. But I mean, I know the majority of her money and the majority of her profit most likely comes from Young Living and having a huge downline in Young Living. She's not mentioning that here. She is talking about her business and her courses, which I think is a little bit misleading because she's a top rep, one of the top reps in Young Living. She's pretty high up, has a huge downline, and earns a lot of money based off of her downline. So I think this whole thing is very misleading, honestly, but that's just my opinion. You guys let me know down below what you think.
And he was like that really big kickoff. And it does come from like my own students and that sort of thing. And then those referrals as well. But then it's also just like, it's keeping an eye out for who's really doing good things for people in your space as well. So like there are some people making documentaries, like just in the media, right? There are people making documentaries about stuff that I really care about. So there's a friend of mine, well, now she's a friend of mine, and she made a documentary about homeschooling, and we homeschool. And my people, a lot of my people homeschool, right? And she made a documentary about that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, let's partner up and let's do some things. And so like it's just really paying attention to what's happening in that vein. Does that make sense?
Makes sense, totally. Got it. And biggest potential channel going forward, still Facebook, or do you think there's something else out there?
YouTube has always been big for me also. It's been Facebook and YouTube. Instagram is weird. I have a lot of followers, but like, I don't know
business.
why. Like, I don't know. I don't really like do a lot or anything, but
aren't you the expert? I feel like an expert in CEO and social media should not be saying, I have a lot of followers, but I don't know why. Okay. She likes YouTube. She likes her YouTube channel. I'm so glad that I hyper focused on YouTube throughout this video, because Martha, where are your views gone? Why do you have so many subs but you don't get any views on your YouTube? Well, almost any views on your YouTube channel comparing to the number of subs that you have. What is going on with your YouTube channel? If that's your main point, your main platform other than Facebook that you want to earn money off of, but what is happening with your channel, Martha?
so I'm kind of just dipping a toe to see what's going on in Instagram, but anything with short video.
Got it. Let's talk about cost expenditures. What's your team today? Is it you? Is it like, how big is it?
My team these days, we run lean and mean, and I love it. There are, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 of us all together. My COO, who is like she's basically my just project manager. She handles everything. She was my very first hire. And she basically was like a VA at that point, and then did her job really, really well. And now she just manages everybody else doing their jobs. But yeah, we run tight.
Nice. So like your main expenditure is then team, or is there anything else? Because like you don't really have paid ads, right? So maybe a couple of tools, but it's like essentially team and that's it, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, it's just team.
Referral commissions?
Yep, I have affiliates too. Well, I teach affiliate marketing, right? And so I my own students are affiliates.
Do you teach actual affiliate marketing, or are you calling Young Living and being an independent contractor in Young Living affiliate marketing? Because it's not affiliate marketing.
But then also I have other partner affiliates as well.
Makes sense. Let's talk about the future. So can you get it up to 10x by yourself? So what is that actually? 2 million times 10, 20 million a month.
I'm not scared of that number at all. I think so. I think so. I think with the new thing that we're getting ready to launch, it gets people what they want quickly and easily. And so that as long as I communicate it well, it shouldn't be difficult in my opinion.
Got it. What's the best strategy then to win big in the next 12 months?
I mean, when you have people like Hormozy even saying personal brand is where it's at and saying he used to poo-poo it before, but saying like you really do need to double down in that space. I think people need to know who you are, period. They're being served up ads for people left and right. There's nothing wrong with ads, but they need to also know who you are first or in addition. So
100%.
that's what matters.
Biggest thing that is holding you back?
I don't think anything's holding me back.
That's fine. Let's move over to another section called Famous Five. What's your favorite book?
Oh, man. Well, the Bible. I'm a Christian, so there's that. Now, another book besides...
The Bible is her favorite book. Okay, I'm gonna end it on that. No, I cannot. There's like 4 minutes left and I cannot. Especially after the Bible being her favorite book. I mean, I don't mind if Bible is your favorite book. I have nothing against religious people, any kind of religion out there. I just think it's really shitty when somebody who is a top rep at the top of a product-based pyramid scheme, in my opinion, scamming probably thousands of people out of money just in her Young Living business, saying, oh, I'm such a big Christian, Bible is my favorite book. Shut up, in my opinion. Shut up. That's just BS, in my opinion. But there we have it. I mean, dying YouTube channel gives us advice, I guess, tries to sell us a course on how to be big on YouTube. I don't know. You guys let me know down below what you thought about this. I'm gonna wrap this one up here. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. Don't forget to click the like and subscribe button if you would like to support my channel. That's a nice free way that you can do that. And as always, big shout out to my channel members. Thank you guys for being here. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.